Wim Hof is known as the Iceman to many for his ability to endure extreme cold temperatures, and with tests having been performed on him, he has become a subject of discussion amongst the scientific community for his unique ability to cope with the cold, but also what this might mean for others, and whether they can replicate his results. What's possibly most fascinating about all of the work Wim Hof has done is that he's actually made us rethink about how aspects of the body, and specifically the brain, work in order to help regulate and control temperature, regardless of our environment around us. In this video, we delve deeper into the research done with Wim Hof, understanding what tests were conducted and why they play such a vital role in modern science. We will specifically focus on how the brain responds to the cold and what was found when researchers analysed the responses in Wim Hof's brain during the tests conducted, which leave us with some surprising but highly informative results. So let's start looking at the research conducted on Wim Hof and what this means for us. Number 1. What was the test? The study was conducted by Wayne State University School of Medicine professors Otto Music and Vaibhav Divadkar, with their study published in the journal Neuroimage, titled Brain over Body, a study on the willful regulation of autonomic function during cold exposure. Over 3 days, Music and Divadkar studied Wim Hof's brain and body functions using 2 distinct imaging techniques, which included functional magnetic resonance imaging, or fMRI, to study his brain, and the second being positron emission tomography, or PET, to study his body. During the tests, Wim Hof wore a specifically designed whole body suit the researchers could infuse with temperature controlled water, while the imaging data was acquired in order to relate changes in his biology to cold exposure. Number 2. Willful regulation of skin temperature. When the tests were conducted, Wim Hof actively practiced his methods, where the researchers found his skin temperature was relatively invariant to the cold exposure, thought to be because of his increased sympathetic innervation and glucose consumption in intercostal muscle revealed by PET imaging. Sympathetic innervation is the activation of the sympathetic nervous system, which controls involuntary responses in the body to circumstance and environment. This includes increasing the heart rate, constricting blood vessels, and raising blood pressure, all of which occur when exposed to the cold. When the tests were carried out, it was believed that the Wim Hof method allowed him to generate heat that dissipates to lung tissue and warms circulating blood in the pulmonary capillaries. Put simply, the Wim Hof method warms up critical areas of the body to withstand the cold. Music said that the willful regulation of skin temperature, and by implication, core body temperature, even when the body is being stressed with cold, is an unusual occurrence and may explain his resistance to frostbite. Number 3. Effect on the brain. So we understand some of the core reasoning as to why the Wim Hof method prepared his body for the extreme cold, but what happened when they monitored his brain activity? Well, the researchers had expected that Wim Hof would show significant brain activations in the region called the anterior insula, where the brain's higher thermoregulatory centers are located. This would be normal, as the insula plays a significant role in pain perception, social engagement, empathy, emotions, and numerous other vital functions. However, on reviewing their findings, what was surprising was that there were more substantial differences in an area called the periaqueductal grey matter, which is located in the upper brainstem. This part of the brain is associated with brain mechanisms for the control of sensory pain and is thought to implement this control through the release of opioids and cannabinoids, meaning your brain naturally responded to discomfort by helping to relieve it. This is something Wim Hof has said since he came into prominence, which is the body is far more capable of coping with harsh environments than we've traditionally given it credit for. Number 4. Potential benefits in mental health. So with all that we know from how the mind and body reacts to applying the Wim Hof method and cold therapy, what does this mean in its potential use? It's thought that there are significant implications of the relevance of the Wim Hof method and behavioural and physical health, as by generating a stress-induced analgesic response in the periaqueductal grey matter, the Wim Hof method may promote the spontaneous release of opioids and cannabinoids in the brain, which has the effect to potentially create a feeling of well-being, control mood, and reduced anxiety. Duetker says the practice of the Wim Hof method may lead to tonic changes in the autonomous brain mechanisms, a speculation that has implications for managing medical conditions ranging from diseases of the immune system to more intriguingly psychiatric conditions such as mood and anxiety disorders. We are in the process of implementing interventional studies that will evaluate these questions using behavioural and biological assessments. These possibilities are too intriguing to ignore. To which Music adds, "It is not mysterious to imagine that what we practice can change our physiology. The goal of our research is to ascertain the mechanisms underlying these changes using objective and scientific analyses, and to evaluate their relevance for medicine. We know that breathing techniques such as those practiced by Wim Hof and in yoga have a huge importance in our well-being, and there's been plenty of research done of the benefits of cold therapy. However, what we do know may only scratch the surface of the potential benefits as shown by this research, which could help introduce new practices for physical and mental health in the future." What are you most interested in from the findings of this research? Let me know in the comment section below. Please like, share and subscribe as we help you live life on your terms. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to ensure YouTube notifies you of the latest uploads. Thanks for watching.